We're good? There's a delay after you start it, so we have to wait till it kicks in. Although technically we are probably really rolling and just don't even know it. We are. Yeah, see, that always works out. Thanks, everybody. Welcome to the Lido Deck. I am your cruise hostess, Deborah Korn, here from Print Media Center. Our afternoon panel, zooming in, bringing the value of digital print into focus. The community certainly considers digital print a very topical topic. Finishing for digital print, substrates for digital print, understanding the value of digital print, obviously, is the topic of this panel. So let's start off, and just so everybody understands, we have some questions that we've prepared. We also have questions that we have gathered from our weekly print chat every Wednesday, 4 p.m. on Twitter. We've crowdsourced some questions from there. We will take questions from anybody in the booth. We encourage them, and we'll also take questions from live stream and our social media audience. They've been very chatty today, right, Sandy Hubbard over there? Sandy Hubbard is manning the live stream and our Twitter accounts along with Christine Alexander. And we have Marco back there and Brian Rothschild's around here somewhere. Hey, Debbie Veeder from the show. Okay, let's start off very simply with who you are and what is it that you do. Go ahead, Team Cannon.
Well, good afternoon, everybody out there. My name is Bob Barbera. I'm the senior manager at Canon USA, responsible for our production solutions. I've been involved with digital printing for the last 25 years, I guess. And for about 10 years, I ran business development services that help print organizations implement digital printing in a go-to-market stance. So I have a lot of experience, a lot of insight, and it's really probably one of the most rewarding positions that I had is really helping print organizations go to market and develop the strategies for growing their business.
Thank you.
I am Ron Pergandy, Red Cooler Ron from
Red
GPA.
Cooler Ron.
Hello, Deborah. Hi, everyone. I'm Director of Digital Media, specific to our paper category, 21-year veteran of GPA, and I started up the digital substrates program for GPA back in 1999. It's been an incredible ride around the world with many of you, and thrilled to be here on the panel today with these esteemed guests.
Thank you very much, Ron. Sir?
So your next guest in line, hi, my name is Kevin Marks. I'm with Pitney Bowes. My assignment is Vice President of the Global Print Program, and I lead that business on a worldwide basis, helping clients in the key verticals, finance, insurance, utilities, across the globe, harness the power of relevant targeted communications.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon or good noon. My name is Yariv Bustan. I'm from Scodex. I'm the product manager for our product. Basically what we are doing in Scodex is digital enhancement. We are offering many applications, many enhancement applications like Sense, like Spot, Foil. This is what we are doing.
Thank you very much. And may I?
Finally.
I've been only waiting 4 years to say this. Ladies and gentlemen, Shelley Sweeney.
Well, thank you. I'm sad you waited 4 years.
It's his fault.
I've got a lot more years. So, yes, I'm Shelley Sweeney with Xerox Corporation, and I have responsibility for the transaction printing, service bureau sector, and the direct mail, direct marketing. And I've been with Xerox for 28 years, so a very, very long time in this business. So excited to be here today.
Thank you so much. Again, these are going to be pretty broad questions, and I know that we have Scodex and GPA on the panel. If this one might not apply to you, we can skip, and maybe it will, but as that moves along, we'll work it out that way. So basically, first question is, what can printers say to customers that want to know the ROI of digital print? Let's start with Mr. Cannon.
So regarding the ROI of print, I think the key area that's really been driving around is around personalization and variable data printing, right? So a lot of end clients, corporations, marketers, are running traditionally offset, doing in printing mailing, and if they want to drive more of a personalized result, obviously the Romney, the return on that marketing investment is key. The return on those investments, varies. It's very, very important for printers to really as they develop and drive these programs. The one, I guess, word of advice is to really capture that results. And I've seen that over the years. Many times print organizations run a program for a client but don't know what the results of that program was and what the value that that program had for a client. And I think, in this program you wanted some case studies. I'm going to give you a quick story of early on in digital printing. One of our customers was doing a very, very large variable data campaign. It was one of the first real breakthrough digital color printing campaigns for a large automobile company. And they were printing millions of pieces each month. They had no idea of what the result was. They wanted to do a case study, but they couldn't get the numbers. We went to the direct marketing show, and the agency submitted the application as an Echo Award at the direct marketing show, and there was all the details of the campaign and the impact and the benefit that it's been having from an ROI perspective for this auto manufacturer. So the agencies tend to collect that information, and I guess the key takeaway is from a print organization, you need to learn those numbers, and then you can leverage those numbers with your clients.
Thanks. Ron? No? Yes? Okay. Skip to Pitney. I have plenty of substrate questions.
Great. So I think it's a conversation of ROMI, so return on marketing investment. So it's one of the privileges of working with the many customers across the globe that Pitney Bowes interfaces with is that it's common that we focus on that monthly appointment that end user wishes to make with their client. And that's what we call the statement. So that's the statement that gets read, gets opened, gets dwelled on. It is a marketeer's dream that what gets into the mail and received by that client actually they focus on. So the real question becomes, how can the marketeer leverage that investment in that monthly statement, that bill, and use it for different tools? So we're working frequently with many of our clients that on a given basis, they will be able to introduce a new message, new content that speaks to that audience. And as a result, they're able to measure the effectiveness either in terms of customer retention. They can consider base case against result. They consider that as a goal against cross-sell. So we're watching marketers successfully harness the power of that monthly appointment with their client and measure the actual ROMI across a large run. And with the clients we're working with, it's not uncommon to work with tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of records. So across that sample size, they can tune a message and determine within that run, with immediate feedback, did that message get through? Were they able to use a QR code for a quick call to action to drive a desired marketing event? So the most successful marketers across the globe are harnessing the power of tailored, relevant content utilizing Pitney Bowes product suites and services. So that's how we're helping clients every day.
Thanks very much.
Okay, so for Scodix, since we are doing enhancements for the print, so a discussion about ROI is the thing that we love to do. It's our sweet spot. Since basically we are increasing the value of the print, we can offer variety of enhancement to the print, and in this way the customer can increase his margin on the print, and the ROI will be very fast. It's well known that if you put, for example, foil on a print or on a package, the value that at least the customer perception of the product will be higher, and in this way you will be able to sell the product in a higher price. So the numbers for the ROI are dramatically improved once you put any type of enhancement to the print. And once you can do stuff like foil in a digital way, this is kind of the holy grail of enhancement. And if you look at it from the ROI point of view, the numbers are getting amazing. So the return is very fast, and our customer really like, or customer in general really like to increase the margin for the product. And sorry to say it, but I think that CMYK it's almost a commodity, and if customer want to have a better ROI and faster return. So we need to be different and to do something that is different and to add value to the print. And with digital print, you can do it. And this is what we are doing.
Thank you very much. Shelley?
Well, I think the challenge is in today's environment, and you alluded to it briefly, we are bombarded with marketing messages. We get about 3,000 or more, some of us many more, every day, yet we only remember 2 to 3. So it's, as graphic communications industry professionals, we are challenged to stand out. And that really does come down to, certainly it's an ROI conversation, but equally as important, what is your client trying to do? Are they trying to get someone as a higher ed? Are they trying to get more students into their programs? As a automobile company, are they trying to get you to buy something, extended service warranty? It's understanding what their end goal is and then creating a personal relevant conversation with them to deliver that goal. And of course, at the end of the day, measurement is the single most important thing. As someone mentioned before, if you can't measure it, you can't prove it, they will easily go to someone else that can do it for a less costly price than you may be charging them. I mean, there's tremendous success in the industry. I recently worked with a company in Germany called SVO Energy, and they were challenged. They had lost a significant number of contracts, and they wanted to bring those customers back. This is electrical and natural gas. So by using information they had in the past, how much energy you had used, they were able to develop a very simple, relevant, targeted direct mail campaign showing your year-over-year use. And within the first 4 weeks alone, 25% of the 65,000 that were mailed came back as contracts. So there's great numbers, there's great success stories, public throughout our industry.
Thanks very much. And then actually, I'll stay with you for a moment, and then I'll get to some substrate question. People wanted to, Matthew Parker was in our booth before from Profitable Print Relationships, and he actually wanted to know if you guys were willing to share some case studies about the advantage of one-to-one communications. And Shelley, I was hoping we could start with you.
Sure. SVO Energy, the one I just shared, is spectacular. We also worked with Ford Motor Company. Everybody's heard of Ford. Most people have worked with them. And by using personalization and relevancy, we were able to do a very targeted extended service warranty. So in the automotive industry, you purchase a new car and you have either 36,000 miles or 3 years of service on a standard factory service. And by selling extended service warranty, you're able to extend that out to a 2 or 3 year contract. A great opportunity for revenue for Ford, and by utilizing information they had about when you bought your car, who you were, your gender, whether you finance capacity, whether you were driving in mountains or hills, various different things. They were able to do a very targeted campaign, and they generated a tremendous response rate, 26% increase over previous. Publicly, Ford has said that generated tens of millions of dollars in revenue to them. So a really strong campaign using personalization, very simple messaging changes, and tremendous results.
For Skodex, do you have some case studies about using digital print enhancement?
Yeah, we have many case studies.
If you can talk a little louder into the microphone, please. Thank you.
So we have many case studies that we can share with our customers. One of them is a chocolate company that decided to go in a special edition campaign, and the amount of money that they need to invest in the digital enhancement for this was very low. And the attraction or the reaction of the customer for this campaign was dramatically increased comparing to the regular product that they are selling in the day-to-day activity. This campaign was returning again after 6 months because of the great reaction that the market had to the previous campaign. And we have many other stories that we are sharing with our customers.
Thank you very much. Pitney?
So our approach to work with a client is often based on starting with what the critical business issues of that organization might be. So I think about a case study that's available in the Pitney Bowes website about the partnership between our organization and AFLAC. You may know Aflac as the property casualty, property indemnity company associated with the duck. And they refer to themselves as a marketing company that does insurance. So their standards of care for quality and process integrity are very high. That discussion began with a focus on what are their critical business issues. And they looked at their renewal and their insurance policy renewal. And their challenge was for each 1% of customer retention that they could boost, it represented tens of millions of dollars of annual sales to Aflac. So our partnership began focusing on looking at the statement, looking at that renewal document, and determining ways to not only provide content on that statement, but also using color and a more clean and efficient design to boost the call to action, which in their instance was simply to ask a client to renew their business relationship between Aflac and the end user. So the case study for Aflac and Pitney Bowes reflects definition of business objectives, aligning those solutions that support those objectives, and then measuring success against that. And we're pleased to show in that case study the power of that partnership between Pitney Bowes and Aflac as an example of how we can create more valuable, tailored communications, whether it be in terms of customer acquisition, retention, or cross-sell.
Thanks. And Ron, for you, let's apply this to the new substrates that are coming out for the machines, how you guys develop them, and some case studies of people entering new revenue streams by the use of new substrates through digital printing.
Okay. Thank you, Deborah. So earlier this year, to kick off the year with the D-Scoop 10 conference, GPA started out a campaign, for example, that said, let's make some noise and celebrate our 75th year in business. And so what we try to do is understand some of the challenges that our customer has by living in your shoes. So understanding who our customers are, what kind of equipment they have, what size a company they are. So equipment, is it digital or offset, drilling down to what type of digital equipment. And then what we tried to do is version through substrates, and also leverage social media campaigns as part of this, and continuing then the campaign from the D-Scoop now into the Graph Expo, and continue direct mail, and using pearls and landing pages and surveys and responses that come back to tailor a message specific to you, the printers who are evolving into direct marketers, and some of you are evolving into MSPs, and really try to do more than just printing on uncoated and coated white paper, even though that might be 80% of the impressions that you run. When you take that content and version across different substrates, such as a silver foil board that we used with a dimensional mailer and a call to action to actually build something with the product that you got in the mail, it really helps hold our brand longer, and hopefully helps create ideas for you as printers that you need to be your own best customers first and foremost, and walk the talk that you're challenging and encouraging your customers to leverage with technology, print, and substrates.
Thank you very much. Xerox?
Canon.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's fine.
Canon USA.
No problem. So I think the original question was around one-to-one marketing.
Yes.
And there's a tremendous amount of case studies, and the automobile manufacturers we talked about, the casinos, the universities. Those are segments that have rich data, have high value applications, high customer life cycle retentions. There's a lot of application case studies that are available on those through PODI. And that's a great resource for you out there that really are looking for case studies and looking to see what some of the results are of these campaigns. They track that and have a best practice. I just wanted to add, though, there's a lot that can be done and is being done with a lot of other organizations. And a lot of people think of one-to-one marketing of, let's put someone's name on a piece, Dear Bob, or do something fun with, the name in the clouds. And those definitely help capture attention. They definitely help with open rates and help drive a higher response rate. But really what we've seen is, when you apply digital printing and variable data along with data analytics, and you really start to look at that database and figure out information about the prospects or the customers, and really start to tailor the message, send the right medium to the right people. We're seeing other organizations have some great results and starting to do much more targeting. I worked with a furniture outlet company that was doing traditional mailing out to their base at a number of different stores. And when we started to help them apply some data analytics and look at their customers and what those customers buy in those geographic markets and their history of buying, and they started to do more selective targeted campaigns. So instead of maybe printing 20,000 pieces that were just hit a large group of audience, some very, very targeted pieces, that's when I really saw the big ROI impact and high results from those types of campaigns.
Thanks. That actually leads us right into our next question. I'll stick with you because I got your name wrong before, so I'm making it up to canon. The question was revolving around how are you helping your customers understand what they can do with your machines, your substrates, and your technology, and then helping them understand how they can use that to get into vertical markets and other markets?
Well, Ken, and like most of my colleagues up here, we have business development programs that we have to help customers train their sales organization on how to sell digital, help educate them on different vertical markets, what's happening in those vertical markets, what are the trends, what are the challenges that they face, how to sell applications that they can use in those vertical markets, programs to help business owners assess investments in digital printing, where they want to go, what opportunities they want to pursue, especially when it comes to inkjet. Inkjet is a real game-changing technology, and it's a real new technology, and it's not just install it. You need to have your business get ready for inkjet and the impact and the opportunity that it has for your organization. So helping organizations prepare for that, understand the new capabilities and what it could do for them, and how they need to go out and position themselves around these new inkjet solutions is critical.
Thank you very much, Ron. And just before you answer, I want to say that you have one of the most knowledgeable teams out there. I'm constantly calling GPA with crazy, wacky paper questions. And when they were figuring out, you have engineers that work with you, paper engineers. So paper companies are great resources for questions about digital printing, is what I want to say to start off with. But please.
Great point, and can't encourage you enough to leverage your resources, leverage your mill reps, leverage your merchants that you work with. Really make them an extension of you, because we're all resource constrained these days. No matter how big our companies are, our teams are limited with what we have. So you have to rely on your partners more than ever. And when people ask me, hey, what's new in paper, what's new in substrates, what I try to do and turn it around when we're talking to people at the show is saying, why are you at the show? Why are you here? What are your business challenges? Try and drill down and understand what their biggest markets or what their applications or new products are that they want to pursue. Because I could show you all kinds of different papers, and we know today with technology you can print on virtually any type of material, from coated and uncoated paper to some of the inkjet printers out here that are printing on 1/4-inch plywood on some of the flatbed printers. So you can print on virtually anything these days. It's, what do you know about your customer? And, back to the ROI question, what are you trying to do to grow your business, to understand your markets and your customers better? Not necessarily new markets that you want to get into, but where are your strengths? And what do you enjoy most doing that you can pursue when talking to the areas you want to grow?
Thank you very much.
So back to the question of how can we help clients, what are the settings we can help clients to explore the power of marketing-rich, valuable communications. So we use at Pitney Bowes, we use settings like Graph Expo. So for those customers who join us in Chicago, they'll see a theme called Journey to World Class. And within that journey, we are sharing clients concepts. And the concept we've illustrated, one of the applications that threads throughout our booth are three different verticals. The hotel industry, the bank industry, and a large retail box store, perhaps a home goods, say hardware goods. So we're sharing how marketers can consider for all those different verticals, what are the critical requirements to ensure that each of those very different vertical markets can enjoy powerful, relevant communications. So we show how clients can take data, raw data, build the data, add richness to that based on their knowledge of the client and their end user, how they can pose that file, how can they use a suite of powerful geocentric geocoding to build knowledge about where that client lives and what their propensities to buy might be. They use that richness to build the layer of analytics. So when that document is either produced to paper, which is a form that is kind to all of us on this panel, or ultimately to a multi-omni-channel environment, whether it be whether it be mobile payment, all of those mediums work as a compendium to drive better results. So whether that is a vertical market for a retail bank or commercial bank, a home goods store, or a hotel group, the power of using Graph Expo to show how clients can drive more value through the communications, whether it be or other, is an example of how we can help clients on that journey toward world-class solutions.
Thank you very much. Scodex.
Okay, so we in Scodix, we are doing two ways to help our customer to succeed. So first of all, we have a CDB group, which is customer business development. So we are helping our customer to develop their business. First of all, we are training them how to use the press, how to use the different application that we are offering with the capability of the press, so they will know the different ways to work with the press. And the second thing that we're doing with the customer is that we are sharing information and creativity from other customers around the world. I'm traveling all around the world, from New Zealand, Australia, India, and China, whatever. And we are collecting samples or real customer jobs, and we're sharing it with other customers. So I think the limitation with enhancement is in the creativity of the guy that is doing it. And customer all the time like to learn about new application that can be done with the enhancement, and the new capabilities that can be done with the enhancement. And this is what we are sharing. The second thing to help the customer is to go from a different direction. We are doing a lot of activities with designers and also with brand owners in order to create the demand also from this direction. So at the end of the day, it will help our customer as well. So we are doing it, I don't know how to call it, bottom up, top down. So we are trying to cover the entire demand flow, if you call it like this, in order to increase the demand and to help our customers.
Thank you very much, Shelley Sweeney. I just like saying those two words.
Alliteration. We have spectacular technology, amazing workflow, phenomenal partners, but at the end of the day, we are only successful if our customers are growing volume and having success. So I think the key to that is business development, and it's not just providing tools, but it's working. It's providing the insights, it's providing the opportunities, helping them transform their businesses. We've been in this space for a very, very long time and really, really focused on business development, and I think it's that heritage and that history that really working directly with clients helps them transform, change their business, and more importantly, be more successful for their end clients. I encourage you to come to our booth. We've got tons of case study stories. We are extraordinarily open about talking about the clients that we work with and their end clients, and really showcasing their success and lessons learned.
Okay, now I'll stay with you, Shelley. This is a question from Richard Dannenberg. He's one of our community members, and he wants to know, what are the prospects of exiting the pay-per-click model for digital printing?
The prospects of exiting. Well, my view is that we are going to continue down this path with multiple technologies. So we are absolutely 100% in production inkjet, and the business models there may be a bit different. But certainly we're going to continue with cut sheet with both black and white and full color. I think all of us in this industry are open to look at different business models, what makes sense, and be, certainly molding to our customers' needs. So I don't think it's out of the realm, but technology is certainly going to continue down both cases. We're not going to see just production inkjet or just cut sheet. It's going to continue, and those by their very nature, are different business models.
Okay, I'm going to give that same question to Ken, and then I'm going to come back with a different question for you three gentlemen. So, if you give Ken the mic. So again, what are the prospects of exiting the pay-per-click model for digital printing? It's from a printer.
Well, I'm with Canon USA, so we sell through our channels.
You said it right this time, right?
Yes, it's Canon. So we directly don't have pricing programs, but I know that our distributors and channels, and Canon Solutions America being one of them, which is our direct sales organization and subsidiary, there are non-click business models. So today people have a choice. They can go with a traditional, click model, or they can take more ownership in it and pick a business model that allows them to, manage the consumables. And as mentioned with inkjet, I think that continues to even expand out more, where you don't have those traditional click models with the inkjet solutions. But we do offer both types of models. Customers still don't prefer the traditional, click model because it provides them a sense of security and really a definitive what their cost is per piece versus I got a heavy coverage application that comes in, it's going to cost me more, and I potentially may lose some money on it. So they usually opt for the traditional model because it gives them more security and more, direct understanding of their cost.
Okay, Ron, you can answer that, and then I have a specific question about mail and substrates.
So I don't know that we're exiting that model anytime soon. So what I would encourage everybody to do is to realize that there's a reason that the largest paper mills in the world have built a digital offering. And a lot of people are out there still running any types of coated or uncoated paper on their presses because they've got skids of it out back for their 40-inch iron. They take it and they cut it down, and they don't measure their productivity. They don't measure their uptime or their remakes. And they don't go in the back and talk to their production guys, their cutters, their digital press operators they're asking to do a job end to end from cut paper to run it. And the cost if they have to reprint a sheet. There are companies out there who are turning our industry on its head, and we know who they are. And they're evolving into automated factories and high-end manufacturing companies because they're looking at their productivity. And if you haven't done that in a while, as we all talk about taking care of our people and our cultures and really looking out for the people who are doing the work at our companies, get in the back of your operations, talk to your people, make sure they're happy because you're using the right technology, you're using the right substrates for that manufacturing environment, and that you're doing the best you can with throughput productivity to create money for your own companies and in turn for your customers.
Okay, I have the next question. I'll actually stay with you for 1 second, Ron, and then I'm going to divide it up into different parts. Ron, for you, how are unusual substrates tested through the machines? What's the process before you release it out? And then we'll get to the question that pertains to mail and coatings with Skodex and Pitney right after.
Well, there's in some cases there's very formal processes that have been built through places like RIT, through operations worldwide in Singapore. But along with those formalized processes, what we also like to do is work with our customers, because we all know the biggest brands in the world from a technology standpoint that are represented. Oh, sorry. The biggest brands in the world that are represented at this table here from a technology standpoint, they have to put certain low-end and high-end ratings on their equipment and what they can run. And then we all know from being in a world of print that there's a lot of craftsmanship involved, whether it's traditional print or things that are related to technology. And our customers out there figure out how to get things done, whether they're within the ratings of the press or not. So there's things that we do to roll up our sleeves and get into the press room, offset and digital, and help our customers figure out the best way to print on a particular substrate that's going to help them create an end result for their customers.
Thanks very much. And to Pitney, the question, like I said, it's a combination question, and the part that more pertains, I believe, to your expertise, they want to know how unusual substrates and dimensional inks and coatings work through the mail. Do they survive the UPS, and are there any special considerations they need to have when setting up a mail date, a drop date?
Arm wrestle a little bit here. The perspective we have at Pitney Bowes is a little broader than is often typified at Graph Expo. So we're wearing two discrete hats. We're wearing the hat that most people know us for historically, and our legacy, which is the mail hat, but we're also wearing the hat of the print perspective as well. So when it comes to stocks, when it comes to mediums, when it comes to content, and it comes to coatings, as well as the ink substrates, whether it be wet or dry, we think a lot about the intersection of what must be produced on paper must also be considered for management through our mail finishing systems, of which we're a large share leader, certainly in North America. So we have formal labs that we test with great rigor all the materials that come out of our line of Pitney Bowes production grade printing systems, all of which are inkjet based. So we do extensive testing to ensure that what comes out of the printing system is ready for immediate placement on a Pitney Bowes inserting system. So that marriage, that interconnectedness, that integration of print to mail within our family is honed and optimized to ensure the best business results. And since we also have great understanding, as you would expect, of the U.S. Postal Service, as well as the private post, we understand the critical coatings, treatment of materials, such that they will be received by the desired end user in the condition that the original sender intended. So we have that perspective. Our formal labs consider all those critical pieces, and those same folks that man the lab and support our sales representatives who call on clients can tap into that process to make sure that what is designed and intended by the original author of that message, when produced on paper and then introduced into mail finishing and then delivered to the end user of the mail service, are ready and will successfully make that journey.
Thank you. And Scodex, they want to know if Scodex can go through the mail.
Yeah.
Without an envelope, of course.
So just to align, we are using inkjet technology in order to print the UV-based ink or UV-based polymer on top of the CMYK. And we can work on a variety of substrate. It can be plastic card, lamination, and directly on the CMYK, if from offset and also from digital. And we are doing a lot of tests in our headquarters labs in order to qualify the substrate. And it doesn't matter again if it's laminated, plastic card, or direct on the print. And we give to our customer what we call an RML, recommended media list, with hundreds of tested media that go through our labs. In addition, we are also learning from our customer about the things that they are doing with new substrate on leather and other stuff, and this is another input for us to increase our RML. In addition to that, we also now with the new application, we also using foil. So this is another kind of material that we need to qualify, and for that we have what we call an RFL, which is the recommended foil list. We are using regular hot and cold foils on the substrate, and this is also going through our headquarters lab in order to test it against rub and peeling. And all the foil that going through and pass the test are going into the list. And this is how we are doing the qualification.
Thank you. Okay, we have a question from home, actually, and then we need to wrap it up in 5 minutes. Sandy Hubbard.
Okay, this is a bit of a long question, and then we'll have a one-statement short answer. But since you guys are ROI people, I've never done this for any other panel. So I'm going to tell you, I'm not sure if you've ever been on live stream, but people, kind of the trend is that people will echo a comment if they like it. They'll write it, and everybody will say, yeah, that sounds good, or lots of people will echo the comment. So you're getting the ROI from being in the Printerverse. We had 27 people in the booth. We had 35 people at home. Deborah has 97 followers on live stream. 16 people tweeted about this event. 2 people shared it on Facebook. At 1:15, we went from 18 viewers up to 35 viewers. At 1:30, it dropped back down to 13 viewers. So next year, be sure to front pack your presentations. I'm going to tell each of you what people at home liked. I know Deborah's like, hurry up, but I'm talking as fast as I can because this is good stuff. All right, Canon, one-to-one communication, PODI, rich data and analytics to tailor your message, educate your customers on vertical markets, Ron, GPA, leverage social media, events, direct mail, pearls, landing pages. People like the phrase dimensional mailers. Be your own best customer, lots of tweets on that one. Tie together print technology and substrate, use your mill reps. Pitney Bowes, people love your phrases. Return on marketing investment, how to leverage investment, tailored relevant content. Process integrity, people were like, what's process integrity? So next year. Journey to world-class solutions. Compendium, people were like, what's a compendium? Compendium to drive digital results. So good phrases. Scodex, the customer's perception of value. Be different by using digital print enhancements. People like this one. Help customers succeed. Train them on the press. Share creativity from customers around the world with real samples. Everybody liked Shelley. They related to the phrase, bombarded by messages. Success equals business development, insight, opportunity, and transformation, and lessons learned. So your one quick question, if we have time, is, for a new marketer entering the market, what's the one best resource for them? Yes.
Excellent question, excellent recap. Cannon, let's start with you, and then let's tell people how to get in touch with you.
Okay, well, one best resource, I'll have to say Canon. But
There's a
besides,
shock.
I thought it was a setup, a lot. But as I mentioned, PODI is really a great resource. I encourage you to work with all the vendors. I mean, we all have a lot of experience from the paper side, from the press side. So leverage the experience, the knowledge, and the tools that your vendor partners have.
Thank you very much. And I'm sorry, the Canon booth is 1213. Your website's usacanon.com, and they're on Twitter at CanonUSABiz. I owed you from before. Red Cooler Ron, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Deborah. Yes, leverage the good, the bad, and the ugly that you find in both your virtual mailbox and in the mailbox where you live. Thank you.
And GPA is in booth 3822, online at AskGPA.com, and on Twitter at AskGPA, and your Red Cooler Ron on Twitter. Pitney Bowes.
So I think it's the intersection of the marketer's creativity, their creativity plus resources like DMA is the ingredient for client success and your personal growth.
Pitney Bowes, pb.com, PitneyBowes.com, at Pitney Bowes Twitter, and booth 1239. Mr. Skodex.
Okay, so I think learning from what other customer all around the world is doing, I think is the best. This is also what we are demonstrating in our booth. We are showing almost, I think 95 of the things that we are showing is real customer jobs, and other customer is coming and learning from different customers all around the world. So sharing this information, this is a great source.
And your booth number is Skodex.com.
It's 2231.
And Skodex.com, and the Twitter is at Skodex
Sense.
Sense. Shelley Sweeney.
I think there are so many great marketing websites, whether it's Marketing Sherpa or CMO. There is just a variety of different things. I can Google and find any answer to anything anytime. So I'd love, I've got my top 10 sites I go to every morning, top 5 things I do on LinkedIn in the morning. I'd be happy to share. Tweet
Blog
me,
post.
follow me, look me up on LinkedIn to share what I do on a daily basis. But there are infographics